song kind of feels like the kind of mood we're all in this first week of Jan, you know, just trying to get through each day back to reality again. Now, we've been talking about New Year's resolutions. Maybe yours is to get fit and healthy. Maybe you want to take on a challenge and raise money for charity. Well, my next guest has done both, and not for the first time either. So Kamal Chichita from Northamptonshire has walked 2,500 kilometres from Vienna to Istanbul as part of the Sultan Trail, and joins me now live on the line. He was going to make the journey in, but of course with road safety we chose not to do so. So thank you for joining us over the phone tonight, Kamal. And why did you take on this challenge? Are you still with us, Kamal? You know what? We'll make sure that he's there in a few minutes' time. We seem to have lost him. Should we? Let's blame Storm Hank.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, there we go.
Perfect,
I can hear you now. Thank you so much. Just in case you didn't hear my question, Kamal, I was just asking you why you took on this challenge in the first place of walking from Vienna to Istanbul.
Yeah, all started with the first lockdown we had, and I wanted to do something in my village, walking, and I decided to do my first walk with the Camino de Santiago. And the second was the Via Francesina. The Camino Santiago was 800 kilometers, and the Via Francesina last year was 2,040 from Canterbury to Rome. And suddenly I decided to do the Sultan Trail because of a memory of one of my friends who worked with me in London, committed suicide, and he never showed any sign of doing something like this. And his sister called us and said, my brother killed himself. And I said, what I'm going to do is to do this walk on his memory, to walk from Vienna to Turkey. This is what I've done, to raise money for mental health.
And of course, with that, you raise awareness as well. So it's a fantastic thing that you've done. How long did it take you?
My plan was to do the Southern Trail the Sultan Trail is 2,500 kilometers. Around 1,550 miles. And my plan was to do it in 62 days. But in theory, if you do it normally, it would take 115 days. And I've done it, instead of 62 days, I've done it in 56 days, walking 45 to 60 kilometers a day.
Wow. Okay. I mean, that sounds like, I'm just hearing that you're super fit. So did you have to train for this? I know you've done lots of other walks previously, but there must be some intense training for this, surely. Yeah,
I had to go to Wales to do the Snowdon Hill, and also I've done the Yorkshire Pit, the 3 pits Yorkshire. So to try to keep fit, the thing is, it's not something you put a rucksack in your back and say, okay, I'm going to do 2,500 kilometers. It doesn't work like this. You need to be fit. And myself, I'm asthmatic. So doing my training helped me to breathe better and to be strong on my lungs and my legs. So I went through 8 countries, like from Austria to Slovakia, Hungary, Croatia, Serbia, Bulgaria, Greece, and Turkey. So it was tough. It was tough because I was lonely. So, I wake up 2:30 in the morning, I get ready at 3 o'clock in the morning, do my video for my social media, and walk, and only stop twice to have a banana to give me back my strength and walk. And you are very lonely. But I've seen different culture. It was, different religions, and all together. It was fantastic.
Well, yeah, we at home can only imagine the sights that you saw, but obviously strenuous at the same time. Where were you sleeping?
So the story of the Sultan Trail is more to do, if you walk, many people do go on the camping site, but I stayed in a B&B and Airbnb as well, and I don't think the camping was for me, because when you do 45k, 50k, the only one thing you want to do is to arrive to a room, take your hiking books, your clothes off, and have a nice shower and have a nice dress and a proper bed. It's impossible if you do this. But if you do 10 or 15k every day, I think camping will be different. But it's very tiring, and mentally also very, yeah.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think I'd need the same. How did you feel when you reached your destination? Obviously, you would have been happy. That's an obvious emotion, but there must have been quite a few others there too.
Yeah. I tell you the truth, the first 7-8 days walking from Vienna, and I had some blisters because I had a new pair of shoes. I didn't break it. So I had blisters, and I rang twice my wife saying, listen, I can't. I'm not going to do it. I can't. I lost the confidence. And it was hard to begin. And after that, I said, I have to do it. I have to do it. There's a reason why I want to do it. I want to help other people who suffer in silence. Men suffer more than ladies. Ladies, they talk to each other, they cry, and they help each other. A man keep it for himself. There's no sign of crying or no sign of trying to find someone to help. And I said, I have to do it. And when I arrived to Turkey, it was joy and cry and celebration. And I said, thanks God, I finished it. This is it. I can't take it anymore.
I mean, it's such an amazing achievement. And I mean, obviously, it's amazing for you. You must have got something out of this along the way. I mean, the sights you see, perhaps the people you meet. How was the experience for you overall?
Yeah, not only the people you meet. You see, I used to work in the cities, and in the city you don't see the sunset, sunrise. You don't see a land of sunflowers waiting to worship the sun. That's what I said. I was looking at when I was walking, and I stopped to see the sunrise, and suddenly I could see the sunflowers getting up and they're looking at the sun, towards the sun. I mean, you can't beat that. To see the sun coming up and to see coming down, and to see walking in the forest, and you see a wild boar family walking with the little ones, and it was fantastic. And I met many people. My religion, my faith, I'm a Muslim, so I met a lot of people of different religion, and I went to the churches to pray with them, and I went to the mosque to pray, and people were very nice and kind, and but the one thing they could not understand why I have a rucksack, 17 kilograms, and walking all through the town, the villages. They could not understand that. They said, we've never seen these things before. We didn't.
I bet. Oh my goodness, you made it even harder for yourself there then. I mean, incredible. Such an inspiring story, just what we need at this time of year. How much money did you raise in the end for Mental Health Foundation?
Yeah, I raised £5,323 and I think 15 pence. That's what I raised. And the thing is, to tell you the truth, I didn't have any sponsors, everything. My 3 walks, I've done them on my own with my own money and everything. So, and every day I was begging on Facebook, on social media, saying, please, I need this money. Please help me to raise this money. My goal was to do £8,000. I'm happy with this £5,000. So I'm really, really happy. And I hope this money will help other people who are suffering in silence and hopefully they will listen this on the radio. And like I said, myself, I was walking and I was starting to be affected. And the only thing to be is to be strong and to discuss and to talk about it to the people. And the people are here to support. There's no shame to cry. There's no shame at all. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your story. You've painted a beautiful picture of some of the sights that you saw on the way. Just before you go, though, is there another challenge that you're going to be doing this year, or are you hanging up those walking boots?
No. While I was walking, and I had only 300 kilometers to arrive to Istanbul, I had a phone call from a friend of mine who works in hospitality, and I retired, and he asked me, Kemal, I've got something for you, can you help us? So I took a challenge. Another challenge is to work in a hotel in Exeter. It's called Hotel Indigo. And I think it's better for me to do some work than doing a long walk. I don't know. Maybe I'll get a dog and I'll settle down at home.
I love that. Well, Northamptonshire is full of great walks. Kemal, it's been a pleasure to speak to you. You should be really proud as well. And well done. How amazing is that? Kemal Chichita there from Northamptonshire. He's walked from Vienna to Istanbul in 56 days and raised over £5,000 for the Mental Health Foundation. And I really enjoyed that chat with him. What an inspiration.
Daisy Bell, BBC.